Grief isn't a modern invention, and the way Neanderthals handled death proves it. When Neanderthal died, what happened? The popular image suggests that, like animals, they simply abandoned the bodies. But modern archaeology tells us a much more complex and emotional story. Far from being indifferent, Neanderthals dealt with death in surprising ways, challenging our very definition of rituals and mourning. To understand their relationship with death, we need to go beyond simple biology and delve into a world of rituals, beliefs, and emotions that they shared. To understand how Neanderthals handled death, we first need to understand the context of their lives. They lived in small, nomadic groups in a hostile world, where life was short and death was a constant presence. Our understanding of their funerary practices doesn't come from texts, but from multiple sources. Archaeology offers us the first clues. The discovery of Neanderthal skeletons in unnatural positions, with specific objects and markings, is the primary evidence of rituals. Analysis of sediments around the bodies can reveal traces of flowers, pigments, and other materials. In paleoanthropological studies, which analyze the bones and the treatment of the bodies, give us clues about ritualistic cannibalism and other practices. The way they dealt with death was a reflection of their worldview, the importance of their social bonds, and perhaps a belief in something beyond life. Far from being abandoned, the bodies of Neanderthals received specific treatment, a sign that death was not the end. In some sites, evidence suggests they buried their dead. The Shanidar site in Iraq is one of the most moving examples. A Neanderthal skeleton, known as Shanidar 4, was found in a fetal position, and sediment analysis suggested the presence of flower pollen around the body. Although the interpretation is debated, the possibility that flowers were used as funerary offerings is one of the strongest indications of a burial ritual. But that wasn't all. Many of the bodies found are in positions that could not be the result of natural abandonment. Curled up positions, with limbs bent, suggest an intentional and careful burial. The act of burying the dead, whether with flowers or in a specific position, is not just a practical act of getting rid of a body. It's an act of grief, a way of processing loss and giving meaning to the end of life. This shows us that Neanderthals, just like us, had a complex emotional life and dealt with the pain of loss. But not all Neanderthal rituals involving death were so familiar. The evidence also points to more complex and sometimes unsettling practices. In some sites, such as El Sidron in Spain, Neanderthal skeletons show cut marks on bones, similar to those found on the bones of hunted animals. The most accepted theory is that they practiced a type of ritualistic cannibalism. This was not done out of hunger, but possibly as part of a ritual to honor the dead or to acquire their strength and knowledge. In other cases, Neanderthal skeletons have been found with skulls separated from the rest of the body. This suggests that the skulls, or other body parts, may have been kept for a time, perhaps as a form of memorial or as part of a rite of passage. These practices, however strange they may seem to us, indicate a belief in something beyond the physical. The differentiated treatment of the bodies shows that they did not see death as an absolute end, but as an event with meaning. So what did Neanderthals really do with their dead? They buried them with rituals, honored them, and dealt with the pain of loss. They may have had a belief in something beyond life, and their actions, however distant they may seem to us, show that the relationship with death is a fundamental part of the human experience. The Neanderthal was not just a being of muscle and bone, but a being who felt, who cared, and who honored their dead. The way they dealt with death is the strongest proof that they were as human as we are. And perhaps the greatest lesson we can take from them is that compassion and respect for life, even after it ends, are traits that connect us to them and to our own humanity.